Hey everybody, Backpack Hack here coming at you with another trail tip. And I'm going to give you several ideas about how to keep comfortable in the hot summer weather. It's the middle of August when I'm making and uploading this video, and a lot of parts of the country are under a sweltering heat wave, and you're probably thinking about how can I keep cool, not only during heat waves, but especially during a grid down situation. What happens when the power turns off, even temporarily or even permanently? A lot of people are used to just turning that thermostat down a little bit, get the air conditioner to kick on, and we've gotten used to that. But there are going to be some times when the power is out and you're not going to have that. So I've got 16 ways to help you keep cool in the heat of the summer. Now, I'm going to qualify the first 4 of them. They are proactive activities, meaning you have to do these now. You can't do these in response to a heat wave. So let's get into those 16 ways to keep cool during the summer. Number 1, make sure you have insulation in your house. If you have an older home and you think it's under insulated, you might want to consider dropping the dime and having it insulated. Now, whether you have a professional do this or you do it yourself, it really doesn't matter. Just make sure that you have proper insulation in your home. A lot of people think that insulation is only for wintertime to keep the warm air in when the weather's cold outside. But it's a thermal barrier. It simply stops the transfer of heat. And that also applies in the summer when it's hot outside and cool in your home. It keeps that heat from migrating into your house. So new or existing, you do it yourself or you hire a pro, make sure you have insulation put into your house. Number 2, install light-colored roofing. Now, I'm not saying go out there right now and start ripping off your roof and putting down a light-colored roof, but take this into consideration. If you're building a new house, are you going to be putting dark shingles on it or light-colored shingles? And you may want to reconsider that. When it comes to re-roofing your existing house, you may want to get something that's a little bit more energy efficient in the summertime. Something that's light-colored, and even steel roofs are known to reflect heat back away from the house better than dark asphalt shingles. Number 3, this is something you can do yourself, and that is install awnings over sun-facing windows and doors. Now, some people don't like the looks of these things. However, that awning will block the sun from entering your windows and doors and keep that sun from coming into your house and shining on the interior house and radiating heat into your home. And again, this can be a DIY project, or you can hire somebody else. And number 4, probably the best proactive activity that you can take is use trees and shrubbery to create shade on your home. Now, shade is a wonderful asset. However, don't just go to your garden or home center, buy some saplings, and start digging. You need to have a proper plan. So either engage an arborist or a landscaper to create a proper layout. Put the right plant in the right spot. Because if you plant a tree too far from your house, you're not going to get full benefit of the shade. If you plant it too close, it's going to be a maintenance issue as that tree grows, and it's going to start getting into your roof and your siding and your soffit and your fascia, and it's going to be a maintenance issue. There are downsides to having trees close to the house. Animals, insects, and of course, the tree could actually fall on your house during a storm. However, that's something you're going to have to take into consideration of whether you want to do. So, those are the 4 proactive things that you can do to help you get through the heat of the summer. But what can you do today? It's going to be hot today. What can you do? Number 5, close all the drapes, blinds, and curtains that are on your doors and windows that face the sun. If you keep the sun out, just like an awning will, keeping the sun out of your house is going to help keep it cool. Number 6, don't create heat in the house. In other words, don't go cooking, baking, doing laundry, taking hot showers, using your hairdryer. These are all activities that create a lot of heat in your home. If you can, avoid doing these things. And if you have to do these things, either do them later in the evening or first thing in the morning when it's coolest. And that way you aren't adding heat to an already hot home. Number 7, eat smaller yet more numerous meals during the day. Instead of having 3 large meals, maybe just have 4 or 5 smaller meals. If you have to have a hot meal, make it a heat and eat. Don't cook it. Just have a meal that you just heat up instead of going through the whole process of cooking. Better yet, just have cold food. There's no reason to have hot food in a hot house. If your power outage is localized, go out to eat. That way you can have a full meal. Maybe there's a restaurant nearby that still has power when you don't have power, and it's going to be a while before yours come back on. That's an excuse to get out of the house, head down to the restaurant, and have a nice meal. Number 9, take a break. A lot of cultures today take a break in the heat of the day. Even Mother Nature takes advantage of this process of simply not becoming active in the heat of the day. So take a siesta. Number 10, sleep outside at night if the house is too hot. Now, back in the old days, houses in hot climes had sleeping porches. Modern heating and cooling systems have eliminated that from the design. People are just turn the thermostat down. But if you have an older home, maybe you have a sleeping porch. If you don't, is it possible to camp out in the backyard? It can be fun for the kids as well as a diversion, as well as you might be able to test out some of your camping gear. Number 11, wear loose-fitting, light-colored clothing. Don't try to make a fashion statement during hot weather. Be sensible, loose, and light. Now, your personal modesty and even your religious convictions may dictate how far you can go into that, but the idea is to have loose-fitting, light-colored clothing. Number 12, wet your clothes and allow the evaporating water to carry away heat. This is a very simple process. Swamp coolers use it. Evaporative coolers use it. It's a very simple process. And your body does this on its own. It's called perspiration. Augment your body's natural cooling system with water. Number 13, soak your feet in a small tub of water. It's amazing how many people don't do this anymore, but it was very, very common back in the old days, and it works. Number 14, open your windows and doors at night to vent the hot air out of the house, and close them all up first thing in the morning. Get in the habit of doing this. Now, this is something I do even though I have a functioning air conditioning in my house. My experience has been that if I watch the temperature, as soon as it starts getting cooler outside, then I have my thermostat set for inside. I turn the air conditioner off, open up as many doors and windows as I can, and during the night, my house simply vents out all the hot air. I have several doors and windows as well as 2 skylights I can open up, so I can have this natural ventilation coming into my house. There are times that it might be in the 80s or 90s during the day, but gets down into the 60s at night. So once my outside temperature gets to about 75, 76, I shut off my air conditioning and open up my doors and windows and skylights. I generally keep my air conditioner at 78 degrees. Many times when I do this, it'll be like 62 degrees at a low for the night. I get up in the morning, it's 65 in my house. Very, very comfortable. As I shut my doors and windows, I kind of chuckle that my neighbors' air conditioners are running. They're trying to keep their house at 70 degrees and I'm at 65 for free. How much money are they spending just having those air conditioners sit there and run? Even at that rate, I shut all my doors and windows, go to work, come home in the heat of the afternoon. It's still only 72, 73 degrees in my house. And with the air conditioner set for 78 degrees, that tells me my air hasn't even turned on that day. And there are days that it's in the 90s and my air conditioner still doesn't even run. So take advantage of that cool air at night. Now, obviously, security and weather conditions might be an issue. So you're going to have to temper that with how much you want to open up and put yourself at a security risk, as well as you're going to have to pay attention to the weather. You don't want a storm to come up and blow rain in your window. Number 15, go jump in a lake. Yep, literally. Hit the beach or the pool or a pond. Now, understand, you're not going to be the only person who has this idea in an extreme heat situation. A lot of people go to the beach. A lot of people take their kids to the pool when it's hot, and they're going to be jam-packed. But being able to get into that water can be refreshing. Now, obviously, if you know somebody who has a privately owned pool or a lakefront property or a pond, and you can go swimming in those. That would be great. Many inner cities that don't have a swimming pool, sometimes it's an American tradition, they will open up a fire hydrant and spray water out on the street and the sidewalk for the local people to get out in the heat of the day and cool off. That's an American tradition. And finally, number 16, stay hydrated. I can't stress this enough. This is the single most important step on keeping comfortable in hot weather. Stay hydrated. Give your body what it needs to properly regulate your temperature. Don't starve it for water. And there you have it. 16 ways you can stay comfortable without running your air conditioner. Now, you'll notice I didn't say stay cool. There's nothing in here that says this is magically going to keep your house at 60 degrees even when it's 115 outside. You're just not going to be able to do that without modern air conditioning. At least not very long. But these tips will help you get through those heat waves, and so you aren't suffering as much. So hopefully you can take advantage of some of these. Not all of these are going to apply to everybody in every situation. And there's probably some more. If you've got an idea, put it in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. So make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share these videos. This is Backpack Hat coming at you with this trail tip. Be safe out there, and I'll see you out on the trail.